How you guys doing? I'm gonna be ranting your ear off, so if you don't want to hear it, you should probably leave. But I'll get started in a bit. How are you guys doing? I can't decide if I'm cold or hot. Cold or hot. How have you been, Hecate? My hair is not in the best shape right now, but that's okay. I'm okay, just kind of chilled out. Doing okay. Well, I'm glad. Oh, I need to take my meds. Med check, y'all. Yes. I actually took my meds on time today, so yay. I really wanted to do a makeup look today, but I also really wanted to talk about what I'm going to talk about, and I'm almost positive there'll be tears. So I was like, let's not do that. Let's just, you know. Oh look, StreamCord actually worked in Discord. Wow. Too late, I beat you to it. Anywho. Joey, are you even listening? Or are you just here? We'll get you crappy from makeup one of these days. Yeah. I am. I'm listening and I'm here. Today's been a day for sure. Hi, Yuki. We have D&D tomorrow. So, when I woke up this morning, I wasn't feeling well. And I decided that I wanted to tell you guys my little health dream. And I wrote it out because I didn't want to miss things, but I still probably will. And it's not that I don't want to talk about it, it's just really hard. Which is also why Little Sweets is here. What's the word? Not support. Not company, I don't know, something. Help. And I'm gonna say this right now. If you are triggered by talking about self-harm and suicide attempts and things like that, this is not going to be an appropriate stream. Honestly, I don't really know what my plans are for this stream. I wrote it what I wanted to say and stuff. Ah, help! I kept crying on and off when I was writing today. Because I'm not gonna read it like a script, but I'm gonna look at it every now and then. But the place that I can think to start off that is the most fitting is Easter of 2013. I'm not crying, my eyes are just leaking. I've always not necessarily had a poor mental state, but it's definitely not been the best. Like, never ever. And I think what's gonna make this so hard is I have not told anybody from start to finish. Most people know about one incident that I'll talk about, but nobody knows about this first one. So, not a lot of people know that I'd be coming in at the wrong time. It's fine. I'm good. But I apologize. It's gonna take me a bit to get through this, but I really want to, because I feel like sharing it will help people understand certain things about me. And if I disappear for a couple days, I'm normally fine, just, you know, dealing with the mental demons and stuff. Also get water, because crying makes your throat hurt, and that's gonna suck. I'm gonna turn off all numbers so I don't see anything for this. And my stupid nose. I'm collecting myself. Okay, so essentially, I'm all too familiar with mental health. I'm here. I love you too, Hecate. So, I don't remember what day it was last week, or was it earlier this week, when I talked about the triggering tweets on Twitter. I used to do that a lot. And so it, I don't want to trigger people or upset anyone. But I'm gonna use the proper words. Sorry, Twitch. I have attempted suicide twice. Well, many times, but twice it's been close calls. And the first one was Easter 2013. I don't remember why. I don't really remember much. But I remember I was able to hide it, so no one found out. Nobody knows about this one. My family don't know, friends don't know, I never spoke about it. And honestly, I forgot about it until I was thinking about my health this morning. And I was like, where do I want to start? But we're gonna start there. And so basically what happened, both times are kind of the same, but I took like an entire bottle of Tylenol, an entire bottle of Advil, like things that you're not supposed to. I wasn't the smartest at the time, and I thought that would work. And thank God it didn't. I just ended up getting sick for like a week, and it was really hard because I couldn't explain what was happening. And then, you know, life went on, and I kept struggling with that for a while. And the next part of the story that I'll talk about is about 3 years later, so to be specific, October 14th, 2016. That was a Friday, and I was at school. Everything was not great. There was an incident, so rumors were flying around about me, and I was a co-op student, so I was teaching a class. When I was handing out papers to the students, one of them had said something to me that it snapped something. And so I decided before I even got home what I was doing. So I can't tell you the meds. I don't remember what they are. But I took probably a bottle and a half of my antidepressants. And one bottle has like 130 in it. So there was a lot. And most of this story I'm telling from other people's point of view, because I honestly, most of this I don't remember because I was so out of it. But essentially, I had to work, so my mom came in and she was like, you gotta go to work, kind of thing. And she was watching me, and she couldn't, like, she noticed something was wrong, but she couldn't quite pinpoint what it was. I'm not exactly sure how she realized, but she realized what was happening. And I must say, she panicked a little bit. I mean, what mother wouldn't? So she got me in the car. I'm wearing my work uniform. I don't know. I did not change into it. I don't know how I got it on. I mean, I must have, but I wasn't there for it. So this entire ride and most of the like hospital part, I don't remember. So what I was told is my mom had put me in the car and drove down to Tim Hortons, which is where I worked. She went in and saw my friend Bishop was working, and so she looked at him. I wish she didn't do this, but she literally told him, Grace tried to kill herself. She's not going to be in work today. Go tell a manager, because I'm taking her to the hospital right now. She leaves and takes me to the hospital. We get to the hospital. I don't even know how long we waited. My mom thinks like 2 hours, but they waited long. And it was definitely longer than an hour for sure. And in that kind of situation, that's very dangerous. It's very dangerous. So I finally got in to see the receptionist. And they put me into a room like they normally do to see a doctor. The second the doctor came into the room, he saw how serious the situation was, and he was livid with the staff for making us sit out there for hours. And honestly, if it was any longer, it probably would have been a lot worse situation. But they put me into the ICU, and I remember having to change. Like, this is when I started to come to. Like, I don't know how to explain it, because I was conscious. I was there. I knew what was happening, but I couldn't I couldn't control myself at the same time. It was kind of like I was watching from the outside. And so I'm completely out of it, to the point where I don't know why I was even let alone in the bathroom. But I had to pee so bad. And I couldn't get my belt off, so I ended up pissing myself in that bathroom. And I felt so bad. I felt so bad. But my mom was pissed. Because she was like, how the fuck did you expect her to undo her belt if she can barely stand on her own? Like, she was pissed. Yeah, it was a struggle. And then they put me in the bed, in the nightgown, and I got these things stuck all over me so they could read my vitals and whatnot. It's very fuzzy, to be honest. My memories are in and out. But this is gonna suck. When I was in bed, my friend Bishop had got off work and came to the ER, and my mom brought him into the ICU with us. It was a lot of things. It wasn't just one. It's so many things. But Bishop is in the room with me. He's a great guy, great friend. I don't really remember him getting there, but I remember I hallucinated so bad. Like, I can vividly remember seeing these hallucinations. I was hallucinating that friends from school and a teacher were outside of my little, like, ICU area. And just so you know, it wasn't like one room to me. It was like, you know, separated by fucking hospital curtains. Sure, I could see them on the other side of the curtain, and I kept looking at it and like waving and gesturing, and I was like, you can come in, you can come in. And Bishop and my mom kept looking at me, and they're like, there's nobody there. But I was like, but they are there, they're right here. Like, it was so vivid. I remember also hallucinating that these tiny bugs, don't ask me why, they were like robot bugs that came out of the ceiling and were spraying like sanitizer all down the room and stuff, and I don't know why I saw that, but I did. And then late at night, I had my IV in, and I started to hallucinate that the IV was cutting my skin open. And so, like, I was hallucinating that I was bleeding out from under the tape. And so I was freaking out. And the nurses kept getting mad at me because I was apparently really loud and disturbing other patients. The worst part is I can remember seeing this. I remember how terrified I was. So I was like, this isn't supposed to happen, blah blah blah. And then I asked the nurse to wrap it up so I didn't have to see it. And that helped a lot. So there was that. And then the next morning I stayed overnight. I couldn't walk. My legs didn't work. So I got wheeled to X-ray, where they took an X-ray of my chest. I'm assuming like heart and lungs, you know. And nothing really showed up that concerned them. There was one thing, I don't remember specifically what it was, but they gave me this special IV bag. It was like that big. It was small, and I remember it having an orange label on it. But I remember it going into my veins, and it was like burning. I don't know why, but it burned and it hurt. And I went to school that Monday because our health system sucks, and they let me go after one night when they really should have humided me for at least a couple days. Yeah, but it was in an IV form. They added it to my like saline, which I also had to get because I was so dehydrated. But I told them I was fine. I told them it was an eye-opener and I would never do anything like that again. Shivers. I don't know how you say that. Hello. This is a very awkward string to be coming in. Hi. I'm sorry. But I remember going to school and I got pulled out of class by the principal. She takes me all the way down into her special office in the back of the office. Don't you speak French a little? Tiny bit, but barely. Basically what the principal told me is that my mom had called the school and informed them of what had happened on Friday. And so they set up some counseling. Je m'appelle Grace. No parle français. But essentially my principal was like, I told your teachers, but if you want your co-op placement teacher to know, then I'm gonna leave that up to you, type thing. I am 22. I will be 23 next month. Anyways, continuing. I decided it would be best to tell the teacher, so that way if I had to run out of the room per se, like if I got overwhelmed, just kind of left, she understood what was going on. I think that was one of the hardest parts, was pulling this teacher out of her class and like having to look at her face and tell her what had happened. And it was really hard, and I was really upset because I didn't really want people to know. And basically all my teachers knew. I was glad. I don't think any of my classmates really found out. You don't have to do that, it's fine. If anything, it helps me a little bit to collect myself when I answer. But yeah, staying on topic, I ended up seeing about 3 therapists at school. One was specifically sent from the hospital. One was from like an actual therapy place, and then one was for the school. Don't ask me why I couldn't just see one. I don't know. But for the next little while, I was being pulled out of class, like once a day. And I'd go talk to these counselors slash therapists, nurse people. And they'd ask me all these questions about how the day's going. Yeah. They're not very good with any actual problems, and also I did not really want to be honest with them. Like, looking back at how I was talking to them then, I might have believed what I was saying, but it wasn't true. Like, I was saying I was completely fine and like it was just a one-time thing. I was trying to convince myself that I was fine, I guess. So I went about my life, you know, and things were fine for a little while until May of that next year, so May 2017. It was a Wednesday, like last week of May, it was a Wednesday. And I know this because we had closed dress rehearsal for dance the next day, which was always on Thursdays because our shows were Fridays and Saturdays. But we were doing dress rehearsal, so we were in costume and everything. I remember started to feel this horrible pain. And I don't know what it was, but I felt like I was being crushed, like it was so hard to breathe. I was in so much pain, but I just kind of pushed it off. I was like, I must have moved wrong. I don't know, like upset stomach, something. But I had been talking to my sister the rest of that night, and I was telling her how shitty I felt, and she was like, do you want to go to the hospital? I was like, I'll let you know in the morning. And so that morning I woke up and I was like, I'm gonna try and go to school. So I got on my bus to go to school. It was like an hour bus ride. We didn't even get like halfway to school. I texted my sister. I was like, I need you to meet me at school. I need to go to a hospital. I got off the school bus. My bus was one of the first that were there, so it was probably like 8 a.m. I just ran through the school to the student parking lot where my sister would be able to pick me up, and I collapsed onto the cement. I was puking into this plant, and I was like, I'm going to pass out. I was like, I don't know what's wrong. This isn't right. So we go to the hospital. I tell them what's happening. And they take blood tests and stuff. And I wish I remembered this doctor, because I feel like if I had stuck with this doctor, they would have found answers for me. But this doctor was like, I think you might have a collapsed lung. And I was like, oh, God, okay. It's so bad, because at this point I was praying that that's what it was, because I wanted it to be something, I wanted to know, and I wanted to fix it. Like, I didn't want it to just be my brain. I didn't want it to just be anxiety attacks or like panic attacks. But I went for an x-ray and my lungs were completely fine. So when the tests came back, like the blood test and stuff, everything was normal. They were like, I don't really know what to tell ya, so go home, and if it gets worse, come back. I don't think I can tell you the amount of times that I had gone to the ER for this. Like, I wish I kept all my bracelets, but I was going to the hospital like at least twice a month because of this. And every time they'd look at my blood and stuff and they'd be like, you're completely fine. So I'm like, alright. And then we hit my graduation, so June 2017. I've been struggling with getting sick on and off a lot. And I was losing my hair really bad. I should have found the picture of it because the top half of my hair from like here down, it broke off. And I didn't notice, like I didn't know what people were seeing when they saw me until someone mentioned how bad my hair was, and I was like, what do you mean? And I remember going to the bathroom and looking in the mirror, and it was devastating. My hair has always been something that I used to express myself. I always loved dyeing it, and it was so bad. I ended up having to chop my hair up to like above my shoulders. My hairdresser did a wonderful job hiding damage. But it took me a while to get my hair back. And even now, it's not as thick as what it used to be or anything. But, you know, I just remember breaking down because of my hair. Out of everything, it was my hair. And so we went to the doctor because I was losing my hair. So we asked if there was anything that they could do. They sent me for more blood tests, and this is around this time. It was summer, and my best friend had drove me to the clinic to get the blood work done because it would take like 5 minutes, not even, and then we'd hang out afterwards at my house because my house was the place to be. But they were waiting in the car, and I was sitting in the chair talking to the lady and answering questions, and she was like, have you done this before? And I was like, yeah, I've done this a million times. Like, at this point, this is nothing for me. And she was like, all right, great, you'll be fine. I was not fine. So, she takes my blood, and you know, when they take your blood, they ask you a lot of the time to hold the cotton ball there for a couple seconds. When she was asking me that, I lost my vision. I couldn't see anything. So I was trying to like feel down my arm, and I was like, I don't know where you mean. I can't see. And once she realized that, I passed out. Which had never happened before up until this point. I was always fine with getting my blood taken, even though like it made me feel uncomfortable. Like I wasn't scared of it, and I'm not scared of it now. But I know that I'll pass out no matter what. So I passed out, And I'm laying there. Then the ladies who were taking the blood were so nice. They got me like apple juice and a cold cloth. And they were like, just lay here until you feel okay to get up. And I was like, okay. I was like, I want to leave. I don't think I can walk on my own. So I texted my 2 friends and I was like, I passed out. I need you to help me walk out. And they were like, what? And I was like, I can't walk on my own. And they were like, oh, okay, yeah, we'll help. Like, no biggie. And they put me in the back seat to drive to my house, which was like a 5-minute drive. It was down the road. We didn't even get halfway before I picked up this empty bottle, and it had like a huge lid, so not a water bottle. But I was puking into this water bottle. I felt so bad. I took it with me so I could wash it, and then I held on to it for like 6 months and gave it back. She was like, what the fuck is this? And I was like, this is from your car. She was like, no, it's not. And I was like, yeah, it is. And it was from when I died in your car. I washed it for you and I just haven't gave it back. So, moving along. This kept happening, you know, anytime I went to get blood work, I now have to ask to lay down. But it was, I hate this so much. It was the day before my attempt anniversary, like the anniversary of the day I tried to kill myself. So it was October 13th, 2019. That, I think out of any of the episodes, this is the one that concerns me the most because it came on so sudden and it was bad. I was in the shower with my boyfriend, TMI, sorry. But I asked him to shower with me because I was like, I don't think I can do this myself, like, you know? And we were dating for like 2 years at this point, so it wasn't new. But I was standing there. I was like, I don't feel good. So I'm like, I'm gonna sit down. So I sat down at the back of the shower. So I wasn't in the shower, like, frame, but I was in the tub, whatever. I felt like I was gonna be sick. Or that, like I had to use the bathroom or like something. So I get out of the tub and I go to sit on the toilet because, you know, that's what I thought would help. I didn't even get to sit down before I passed out. I smashed my nose, which I'm pretty sure my nose is not symmetrical anymore from that, and I swear to God, it fucked up my nose. But it fucked up my nose, and it fucked up like this side of my face, because this is what hit the floor. My face caught me, and my boyfriend in the shower is like, what the fuck? So he looks out of the curtain. He sees me on the ground. And the way he described it was, it looked like I was having a seizure. So he gets out and he's trying, like, I remember when I like came to, the look on his face, and he was like trying to stay calm, but he was like, you need to put this on. We gotta take you to the hospital. I'm out of it. And I'm like, I can't put this on right now. Like, I physically can't. So I was sitting on the floor, like, dripping wet, completely naked, and I was just, like, so out of it. I was like, there's, like, no way. I don't, like, nope. So he's like, we're going to the hospital. Alright, okay, cool. So he helps me go outside, and then that's when we realized the car wasn't there because his mom had just gone out. So they call her, and she comes rushing back, but in between that time, I was standing, like, in the driveway. And I was like, I need to sit down. Can we go sit down? So we started walking to our back porch where there was chairs and stuff. I passed out again. My boyfriend had to sit me in the chair. And I remember like having my head back and staring, and I was like looking at him. I remember, honestly, I thought I was gonna die. I was like, should we call an ambulance? Maybe we should call an ambulance. It was that. But his mom showed up and we drove to the hospital. On the way there, I ended up making her pull over. Before she even stopped the car, I had thrown the door open and I was like puking all over the side of the highway. And I was embarrassed because I was like, I know all these cars going by can see this. And I was like, I don't like, who likes to puke in front of people, or like, you know, you don't like to show that side of you. So yeah, we go. We're sitting in the ER room again, waiting to be called into like registration so we could get registered and see a doctor. I was sitting in registration and she was doing all the tests. She'd taken my blood and I was just kind of holding cotton balls on my hand because yeah. And I remember being like, uh-oh. And she was like, what? And I was like, you gonna pass? She was like, what? Are you gonna pass out? And I was like, I think so. And so she was like, okay, put your head down. My dumbass puts my head back and she's like, no, down. So at this point, I'm like not conscious, you know what I'm trying to say? I was not awake. So she, like, I remember her grabbing my head and like throwing it between my knees. It wasn't that aggressive, but it was at the same time. Like, it wasn't gentle. And I still couldn't see. I couldn't see until she had asked them to bring a wheelchair, and the wheelchair was like right in front of me. And they were like, can you get from this chair to that chair? And I'm like, I don't know. We'll see. I did manage to change chairs and go in the wheelchair, and they wheeled me into a room. It was the same room that it was the same ICU room, but I don't think it was the ICU at the time. I think they moved it. But I was in there, and the nurse had like pulled me to the bed, and the beds were like sitting up or whatever. And I was like, can I lay down? I'm like dying. She's like, sure you can, of course. Let me just like put it down for you. And I was like, oh, okay, thanks. And I was sitting there, and I ended up getting sick in this bowl that they provide you, whatnot. And I kept paging a nurse because I was like, I got sick. Can I go clean this? Can you clean this? Because I'm gonna need this again. So they brought me a bag, a bag, and some orange juice, which I hate orange juice. I love Sunny D though. Smooth Sunny D. But I drank the orange juice because at this point I'm like, I'm dying. I'm like, I need this. And then I get hooked up to another machine. And then they come in with another portable machine. And they like put all these sticky stickies on me. Yeah, I know. They also gave me a popsicle. But everything that they did came back completely normal. And so I see the doctor and she's like, everything's fine. What I think happened is, I think when you went to sit down, you crushed your diaphragm and cut off the oxygen to your brain. And I'm looking at this bitch and I'm like, this happened in a matter of like 5 seconds. I can hold my breath for that long. Like, I don't know why she said this to me, and it pissed me off so much that I didn't give a fuck. I just wanted to leave the hospital. I wanted to go home. I wanted to go to my bed. So we left. And fast forward some more. This is the summer of 2020. Because I was in my apartment. And me and my boyfriend had walked to get groceries. So we're walking around the store. And we're looking at ice cream. And all of a sudden, I'm like, I'm gonna be sick. We need to check out. Like, we need to go. I can't. So we go to the checkout line. And we're standing there. Like, this makes me so embarrassed, but I know it's not something to be embarrassed about. I had completely collapsed on this, like, grocery store floor in front of all these people. I must have looked like I was gonna die. Or like something, but I remember just completely laying on the floor, and people were trying to talk to me, and I was like, I don't know. And the employees were so nice. They brought me some water and like stuff, and they're like, you can sit there as long as you need. If you need anything, just let someone know. And I'm like, I am so sorry. I didn't puke or anything. It was just, I don't know. But it was like the very start of COVID. So like that spring of 2020 when COVID was getting real bad. I was really scared that people were gonna get mad at me for like passing out. Like, I was scared they'd think I had COVID and get mad. It took probably like 15 minutes of me laying there until I felt like I was okay. To get up and walk home. And that was fine. The walk home was okay. My boyfriend carried all the groceries and stuff. And during this entire time, I was trying to get jobs. Like, I don't work now, but I'm trying, and this is specifically why it's really hard to get normal jobs. Because I was working as a cashier at Walmart. You know, standing there, scanning things, blah, blah, blah. Most of the time, I would be dying. I would be in the middle of, like, my shift, scanning things, and I'd get the customer out. I would have to page someone because I'm like, I need to go to the bathroom. And I kept going and getting sick at work. And I called in a lot. Because I was like, I can't move. I'm gonna pass out. And it was like almost the 3-month probation period. So I was like, I don't think this is fair for you guys, so I'll just quit, and whenever I can get my health under control, I'll come back and work. So I quit. And it was me quitting that led to me really wanting to, like, get the answers. I was like, I'm really tired of this. I need to know something, anything. So I called my doctor because COVID, so phone appointments. And I'm like, yo, this is what's going down. And she's like, yeah, all right. I'm gonna send you to do this, and I'm gonna send this to you. So she, like, got me to wear a heart monitor for, like, 6 weeks. It was a while. But, it wasn't too long, but it was longer than the normal period that people are told. So I had that. And I had to learn how to put these 2 patches on me and, like, connect the wires. Because I couldn't wear it in the shower. And changing those sticky shit, oh my god. It felt like ripping off second skin because it would start peeling, and I'm like, okay, I have to change this. So I'd rip it off and it would hurt so bad. And I just put the patch on and, like, connect the thingy and press buttons. And yeah. And then I finally got a call to book a heart ultrasound in Ranford because they couldn't do it in my town. So I went and got my ultrasound done, which was 2 years ago today. And honestly, it was like a couple months during this, like maybe the entire year of 2020, to be honest. But I was so fed up. I was so tired. I was like, I don't want to be going to the hospital anymore. I don't want to be doing these tests. Like, at this point, I don't care. I don't need answers. I'll just die. I kind of accepted that I'd never really understand, and that's okay. But sometimes, like this morning, it's just really hard. It's really hard because I can go so long with being completely fine. Like, I could go months on end, maybe even a year, and then I'd get hit with an episode that is horrible, and I'd be like, oh my god, right, thanks for reminding me, body, that this happens. Yep. I can't tell you the amount of times I called into work, I canceled plans, or I just didn't say yes to plans that I really wanted to. There were so many sleepovers with my best friends I couldn't go to because I knew I would be sick. And it's not even the kind of sick where you're like, oh my stomach, it's like, I ate something bad, I need to puke. It was my organs are being crushed and I need to puke because I'm in pain. And it's really hard because, yeah, like I said, I could go so long with being completely fine, but then I can also go so long with having these episodes back to back, which happens a lot in the summer, mostly because of heat. I hate the episodes that come like waves because I have two kinds. I have the episodes that hit like a wave, so they come, they last a bit, but then eventually they leave that same day. Then I have the ones where I'm like, I'm dying for like 3 days nonstop. Have you found answers? Kind of. So I was never officially told this, but in my medical file, I was diagnosed with major depression disorder, general anxiety disorder, GERD, tinnitus, and then one other thing that I'm very confused about because I didn't understand what it was, so I looked it up this morning and I was like, huh? What? I have impulsive / situational ODD. And I don't understand why that would be in my file, because when I looked it up, it was like, these people are more dangerous for like those around them than they are to themselves, and I'm like, when was I ever a danger to anybody? And I was like what? Like, why is this in my file? Like, I'm so confused. But yeah, it's under my lists of diagnosis, so I was like, okay, interesting. And growing up, I was such a healthy child. I had so much energy. I play outside all the time. And like, sickness, I was like, we don't know her. And honestly, I do blame myself because I blame my attempted suicide on all the things that had dominoed after. I think if I had just gone to work and pushed everything to the back of my mind, I probably wouldn't have the issues that I do now. And I hate it. I hate it so much because I love certain foods, like McDonald's, poutine, you know? But I hate how hard it is to eat. Like, eating should not be a chore. I hate how hard it is for me to shower or brush my teeth or brush my hair, do laundry. I was debating staying in my pajamas that I wore for like, I don't know, a week. I was like, I should change. And I don't know, probably haven't showered in like a week. But I don't want to be talking about this. Like, I want to be open about this, but I don't want people to think that I'm wanting attention. I just want to be able to share it with somebody, because I've never talked to anybody before. Like, never sat down and discussed the entire thing with anybody. And even though I hate how I am so much, like, I hate it. But would I change anything? No. I wouldn't. I would not change a single thing. Because had I changed anything, even the smallest thing, chances are I never would have started streaming this year. Chances are I never would have met half the people that I know. And chances are I'd probably still be struggling a lot more than what I am now. And it's a lot easier now. Because growing up, I didn't even think that I would make it to 18. And here we are 4 years later. It's insane. When I think back to when everything started, I remember when my episodes were like every day, thinking how much better it would be to just die and have it over. Like, I was like, I can't deal with this anymore. But the only thing that really keeps me from attempting anything or harming myself or anything is the face my best friend made when she visited me in the ICU. You can send it to me. But essentially, I just wanted to talk. And so I want to stream every day. Like, I came up with a schedule idea and I want to share it. Like, I want to make it a thing. But I don't trust that my body will, I don't trust my body will handle the schedule. I want to stream every day. I wish I could. But right now, and maybe the last month or so, my mental state has been, it's not necessarily dark, but it's not good. I keep thinking, wow, if I do such and such, it would solve all these problems. But then, it would cause so many problems for everybody around me. Because this is gonna be hard, but when you die, it's not just you. A piece in everybody around you, a piece of everybody who loves you, dies with you. And it's really hard. The second thing that really keeps me going is my friend Kelsey, who she had really bad mental health as well, and she was suffering from really bad seizures that they couldn't they couldn't get the hand on. They didn't know why. She was spending so much time in the hospital. She had lost her battle to, I don't know specifically what happened, but I have a good idea. Because I woke up and I had an email from my school. And in the email, they mentioned a student had passed away, and I was like, wait, isn't that Kelsey's? Like, that's not right. That, like, what? And it hit. And I felt so bad. Because she had messaged me that night. I didn't answer. I chose not to because I don't know, I was just tired and I didn't really think the situation was as serious as it was. I remember texting her and I was like, sorry. I was like, Kelsey, tell me it's not true. And I was going through or anyone around me, because I look forward to rainy days and thunderstorms. The smell of rain is one of my favorites. Hanging out with my friends. It boosts my mood so much. I'm just casually petting little sweets. I cry anytime I feel sick. Because I get so mad. Because I'm so angry that I can't be healthy. And I'm angry that things are broken. But I have most of the time come to terms with that, and I have accepted that this is how life is going to be. So I adapted as much as I can, and I'm still trying to. Anytime I go out, this bottle of water is with me. Anytime I go out, there is a plastic bag in my pocket just in case I need to get sick. And depending on the situation, like if I'm going out to do photography for that day, I'll have so many meds with me. I'll have a granola bar. Like, I'll have certain things because I know that any given moment I could be thrown into an episode. It's like I have so much I want to say, but I don't want to be repetitive. There's so much. And honestly, I really want to do Mental Health Mondays. Because you don't see the side of people a lot. And throughout this entire thing, I've been holding myself together. So you don't necessarily get to see the completely broke down me. I want to be more open. Whether it's just talking about whatever happened that day, like if I'm feeling sick, or if I decide to talk about certain mental health subjects or certain like diagnosis. I have so many ideas, and I want to be transparent. I want to be able to show that, you know, it's okay to not be okay. And a lot of the time, the streamers or YouTubers, celebrities, anybody you watch, a lot of the time, they're not going to show you their bad days. They might talk about it, but people don't. We don't normally turn our streams on to just talk like this. Normally we don't turn our streams on expecting to cry. And stuff, because a lot of the times you're coming to streams because you want to escape whatever you're dealing with, or you're bored, or whatever, but most of the time, people don't want to see this or talk about it. They don't want to hear it. My mom is one of those people. She likes to pretend mental illness doesn't exist. And if people don't want to watch me, that's okay. They don't have to. But I know that when I see certain streamers, it hasn't happened a lot, but Emma Langevin, a couple months back, she had a stream where she was talking about her issues and stuff, and discussing how people don't talk about it enough. And I saw a TikTok today that was like, people don't talk about that numbing depression. They talk about the pain and the crying, you know, but they never talk about that feeling of nothing. When you're not sad, you're not happy, you're just numb to everything. And that's kind of how I've been lately. Like, I haven't wanted to play games at all. I want to sit here and stream for you guys, but if I don't think I am in a mental state that can handle whatever may happen in stream, I won't bother. I want this to be a happy place. I want my channel to be an escape for people like me. And that was one of the whole reasons for starting my channel. And there's a lot of people out there who, they may look at this stream or slash VOD, you know, if I put it on YouTube, whatever, they may look at it as me crying for attention, or like being an attention seeker kind of thing. And you know what? You're not wrong, I am. I am an attention seeker. But when it comes to this is different. I'm not saying it to get your attention or your sympathy. I am saying it so it can reach the people that I am trying to reach. So let them know whatever they're feeling. There's always people who relate. And I will never say that I've been through the same thing, or I understand. Like, I will never ever tell somebody I've been through that too, and I understand how you feel, because people react differently to everything. And I may feel something close to what they're feeling, or I may be able to relate, but I have never been in their shoes. I don't feel what they feel. I don't see what they see. I'm not them. So they may react different than me. They could react worse. They could react better. But you will never, never, never find two people who have the exact same experience and the exact same, like, emotional understanding. You can find people who relate and have similar situations, but because everybody is different and everybody handles things differently, you're never gonna be properly able to say, I've been through that, I understand. Also, that is like one of the worst things people can say. Because when you're down, you don't want to hear that someone's been through it. And you don't want to be told, like, yeah, I've been there, it's fine. You just want somebody to listen. Half the time when people are telling you about whatever problem it is they're dealing with, like my friends, they'll tell me their family drama or whatever, I just listen. I may think that I've been through similar situations, and I'll say that it's similar to what I've been through, but I always specify that I will never know how they feel. I will never feel what they feel in this moment because I'm not in their shoes. This has taken a lot longer than what I thought it would. It's tricky. Mental health in general, tricky. Listen more than say, exactly. I honestly believe everybody should go to therapy. I wish it didn't cost money, and I wish it wasn't so hard to get into therapy. Because if people, like, if everybody went, there'd be a lot of things that would change. A lot of people see it as something bad or something that makes you weak, but it's the complete opposite, because it takes so much strength to acknowledge that you need somebody. And you know what? If you have a pet and you talk to your pet and cry your heart out and that is therapeutic for you, then I'm very happy. I hope everybody has something that they can either do or talk to get things off their chest, because a lot of the time, I'm really guilty for this too, people will feel things, but they're not going to acknowledge them. They just push them down, and then things pile. And eventually, it can't hold anymore, so therapy is very, very good. I took it. I had group counseling as well, where they gave us workbooks and they worked on certain things, and it would give you like certain tips to try and rewire your brain, essentially. And I'm not gonna lie to you, those books helped me a lot, even though, like, when I was doing them I was like, this is bullshit, this isn't doing shit. But then I started to think of certain things throughout my like days or weeks. Like, I would remember this book said something about, like, I don't know, I can't specifically remember what they said. But I remembered, and I was like, that's right. But what works for me won't work for everybody. I went to 3 therapy sessions last week. Yeah. I found a good therapist. A garden. Ooh. I love that. I've planned probably like a week worth of traveling ideas to go visit certain places around the province. Do I think I'm going to be able to do all of them? No. Am I expecting to die during one of those days? Yes. Am I still going to do it? Yes. As much as I wish I could lay in bed and stuff, I have to start pushing myself to go through this. Like, I started to baby it, like, when COVID got real bad, you know, and literally, like, everything shut down. Organized community groups. Ooh. Getting outside weather, getting outside when it's cooler. Yeah, see. Here's another thing. Seasonal depression. A lot of people associate it with winter. I'm pretty sure my seasonal depression hits in the summer. I have the most difficult time in the summer, which is upsetting. It's like, it's summer, I want to go out. It's like, I want to wear cute dresses or cute shorts or whatever, but I don't. Because I don't want to shave my legs. I don't want to shower to do it. In each action and breath, gotta have clear, sharp, clear intentions and maybe need to be heard out. Great therapy. Fall and winter feel amazing. I don't know why. Fall and winter. My favorite time is like right before it starts getting too snowy. There's like frost on the ground or stuff, and you still have days where you can be like, sweater. Or maybe even a t-shirt if you're one of those crazy people. But then you have the days where you gotta bundle up and like sit by the fire. Winter, a lot of people hate it, but I think it's so pretty. Yeah. I don't have alcohol right now. I would do that. I would drink or I would smoke right now. But I don't have anything. I'm gonna eat a pea though. Because you redeemed that like almost 20 minutes ago. Oh, by the way, I had poutine for supper. So, you know, I did eat today. You want to see what my glasses look like? Oh my god, they need to be cleaned. And there's a good smudge right in the middle of this lens. And that's because I accidentally put my thumb on it earlier. Poutine is great. And honestly, for those of you who are here right now, the lurkers included, I was so nervous to stream tonight because I knew what I wanted to talk about and I knew it would be hard, and I was worried people wouldn't come. And it's not about having like people here, you know, but I was worried that I'd be talking to myself. the entire time. And I was very nervous. I mean, I'm still kind of nervous right now. Because you guys have been great. By the way, Casper, Nigel, thank you for the follows earlier. I saw them, but my brain was sticking on track. I didn't want to go off track because I figured I would forget my spot completely. Which, you know, fair. But I am a very lovey person. I like to say I'm very positive. Or at least I try. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. My alerts are just broken right now, it's fine. I'm surprised people actually followed during this stream. And we had a couple new people show up too, which is pretty great. Honestly, as open as I am about things, I am also terrified of being open about them. Because all it takes is one comment, you know? One bad comment, and it can send you into a spiral. Wait, what? Radiconics. And radiconics. I'm just gonna call you plant. I'm so sorry. I can barely speak English. It's the only language I know, but I can barely speak it. But I want to be more open with you guys. Because, honestly, I just haven't been streaming. Because I have been feeling like this a lot of days. And
may the long time sun shine down upon you, and may the pure light that is within you guide your way on.
I want to put off is there. I don't want to be streaming and be miserable. The streaming's about having fun and connecting with people, you know? But I still really, really want to do mental health days like this stream, where maybe every other Monday or
a stuffed note to match your shirt sent via thronegifts.com.
I just have a chatting stream, and chat can tell me all about their problems, and I can tell them all about mine that month, week, you know, whatever. And then after, we'd go into movie nights, because we have movie nights on Mondays. Which, by the way, I have planned movie nights up until October 31st. Yeah, my sound alerts are going. I don't know what's wrong with the, Aha! I fixed it. I don't know why, but I just turned it off and turned it back on again, and that seemed to do the trick. Thank you, Demonic Destroy, for the follow. If y'all ever play golf with friends, I'm down. We tend to play that sometimes. When I first started streaming, The first stream was a Minecraft stream. I think the second maybe was Among Us. But Golf with Friends was one of the first games I started to play, and then I started playing DBD. And then the Dredge came, and it was like around the time, excuse me, sorry, they released the Dredge when everything started to hit me a lot.
Thank you for the
most common troubleshooting solution. Yes.
Thank you for the
Yeah. Next movie night will be the upcoming Monday in Discord. I don't think I planned out what we're watching this upcoming week, but the week after that, all the way until Halloween, oh baby, we're watching horror movies like no tomorrow. I picked out like 2 for each movie night. I just had to test those alerts. All good. I don't know what I want to do right now. I'm really enjoying this, even if this is nothing like what I would normally do, and I feel it's like, again, it's not about people coming to watch, but I feel like nobody wants to see this, and I'm glad that there are some people here because I don't feel so alone. I watched all of Supernatural this weekend. I am actually in the middle of watching Supernatural for the first time. We are in season 3. By the way, Joey, if you're still in chat, we should watch a couple episodes later. But yeah. I have so many ideas. Like, I'm going to be working on that quarry video this weekend. Hopefully, maybe I can get it up for next week. Sometime. Mental health isn't talked about enough. It really isn't. But you haven't watched the last season of Supernatural yet? I'm trying to remember. What's the last thing that happened? I don't remember. I mean, like, I do, but I don't. I remember, but I'm not gonna say it just because it might be a spoiler. I feel like I have to constantly keep talking. But I don't really... I think I've said basically everything that I wanted to say, and I think I got the story out, most of it. There's, like I said, there's probably things that I have forgotten and didn't include, but I can, I don't know, make story time videos or something. It's got so many episodes that happens. Yeah, it does. Although it's a really good show, not gonna lie. I kept trying to watch it, and like the first episode scared the shit out of me for the longest time. And then, like the last 2 years or so, I've been slowly getting more into horror things, even though I hate them and I want to cry watching them. I love them. I love them so much. But I like it. I'm such a scaredy cat. Like, I was in my bedroom today and I was picking up this jumper, and my boyfriend pushed the door open and I jumped. And he was like, "Did I scare you?" I was like, "Yes, yes you did. Anytime you open the door, I jump. The toaster pops, I jump. God damn. I'm such a... I don't know if it's like I'm so tense all the time that like the slightest things make me jump, or I'm just super easily scared. Probably both. Supernatural is too silly. Yeah. I want to watch the new Orphan movie. It's called An Exaggerated Startle Response. Interesting. Like the light metal. But oh, it's technically 12. So it's technically Saturday. Shit. Anyways. So, if you guys didn't know, Orphan 2 was released for home viewing today. Have I seen the first one? Yeah! We watched it... When did we watch it for movie night? It wasn't that long ago. I don't remember. It was like this month though, we watched it. And then someone mentioned they were filming a second one, and I was like, excuse me? And then I went and looked, and I saw a Twitter post about it being released for home viewing today, and I was like, ooh. Aren't we watching Orphan 2 later tonight? Maybe. I wasn't really sure. It's only like $10 to rent, not even. Bye, doggo. But I do want to watch it, so if you guys want to watch it, we can watch it in Discord tonight. By the way, movie nights are not just Monday. I'm just guaranteeing Monday always a movie. And then throughout the week, I'll probably hop in and be like, I'm gonna watch this, so anyone want to join me, feel free. That happens a lot. I don't have any... I have in real life friends, but none of them are near me. They are all like at least 17 hours away. So all I really got is you guys. I know my friends will always be there for me and stuff, but even with this, like, it's hard. Everybody has lives, you know, and if you mean enough to them, they will make time for you. But at the same time, some people are just, you know, they're super busy, okay? I get that. I also understand that a lot of people, a lot of my friends have depression or anxiety as well. Like, I don't think this is... I think most people have to struggle with one of them. But sometimes they won't answer. They'll disappear for a while. And then they'll come back and apologize. And I'm like, you don't have to. I know. Don't worry. I know. Like, if I don't hear from you for like a week, then I'll worry. But sometimes you need a couple days. I highly suggest picking a day every week to be completely off social media. Like, you can watch TV. You can watch YouTube, maybe. But don't use Instagram, don't use TikTok. Don't go on Facebook. Don't use Snapchat. Just, if anything, turn your phone off. And then just watch TV, just watch a movie. Maybe go to the beach. Maybe take a walk. Maybe all of the above. The doggo just came to say hi again, sorry. Oh, she has a tweet. Walk a dog if you have a dog. Social media yuckies. It is. I'm also addicted to it, which is bad. And I know it's bad for me. It's very bad. But I think it's also important to have that balance. Like, I don't think it's necessarily a good idea to not have any social media or any connection at all. But yes, getting away from social media does help a lot. There's a balance for people. I know I'm saying that while on social media, but still. Yeah. I don't know. Shit, what's it called? When I was in my apartment, my roommate, her parents were like paying for the cable, so we'd watch TV. And we would watch this one show about this family who homeschools their kids, doesn't let them like go out and do anything with technology whatsoever. And their two oldest, from what I remember, the first oldest had already moved out the second she got the chance. Second oldest was their son, I can't remember his name. But he went out. And then he found a girl he liked. And she is, I don't want to say normal, because like, whatever, but she has socials. She knows like technologies and stuff. Like honestly, in this show, this dude stated that there's like 6 girls in this house. I can't remember how many, but he's like, I didn't know girls got periods until I was with my wife. And I'm like, what? How? It's because their parents didn't want them to know that stuff. Even though that has nothing to do with technology or social media. I think that's a good example. Like, there's certain things that it is good for, and especially in like today's society, it's kinda, unfortunately, something that is tied in with a lot of jobs. Like, if you're looking online for a job, you gotta have the technology and computer to do that, or phone, or you know, but you have to have that Wi-Fi, or DD, or Ethernet. You have to have some kind of, I don't even know. But for the longest time, before I started streaming, so before January hit, I shit you not, I spent my days in bed watching YouTube for hours, all day. I'd watch streams all day. I wouldn't do anything. I'd just lay in bed. Or on the couch. That's so weird to hear. My mom was an OBGYN nurse practitioner, and I had 2 older sisters, so I always knew and was told. Right? Like, that's good. Not good, but it's like information people should know. It's not like it's a choice. It happens. But I think it's important to know when to remove yourself from situations. Like, for me personally, when I brought up these triggering tweets a couple streams ago, I should have just not thought about it, but I let myself get so riled up. I let it trigger me so badly that at the end of the day I was like, yes, this is not good. This is a very triggering thing. But the way I had reacted when I first saw it, I shouldn't have. Because when I first saw them, I was livid, and I wanted to comment saying how insulting it is and like how triggering it can be for people. But I was like, no, that's not a good idea. Don't do that, because if you do that, it's probably gonna make things worse. Sometimes, you know, you just need to take a nap, okay? Nothing's wrong with sleeping. Sleep your problems away sometimes. I do that a lot. Although, I think I probably sleep too much, to be honest. Or not, like, I don't sleep very well, but I also sleep a lot. Although half the time, my sleeping is I'll be asleep for like 2 hours, and then I'll wake up and scroll on my phone for like 6 hours. Honestly, a vibe. Yeah. And then, you know, I'll go back to sleep for a couple hours, and then next thing I know, it's like 6 p.m. and people are like, damn, you're still sleeping? And I'm like, I mean, I wasn't sleeping, but I wasn't necessarily alive to talk to people. I was just kind of scrolling through things endlessly, or reading. I like to read comics on my phone a lot. But I'm very glad that I decided to talk about this on stream. Even if nobody listened, it helped so much. Like, honestly, when I was trying to piece together this story on how I wanted to tell things, I kept crying. I kept getting very emotional. And I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if I would go live. I wasn't sure if this would be something that I should do. I read all nonfiction, but write fiction. Like I'm writing a script. Ooh. Yeah. I read both. Depends. I love history. I am majoring in history. It's the most awkward thing, I tell you. You know what? Sometimes you gotta do what is the scariest or the least comfortable. Something out of your comfort zone. Sometimes it's what you have to do. There's something stuck on my mic. It leads to growth most of the time. And if it leads to a mistake, you're still learning. History is pretty fun. Personally, I am fascinated with war history. That's basically it. I watch so many war movies. I've taken almost every class that I can. Like, I swear I've taken a World War II class like 6 times. Just because I don't know why I'm so interested in like war history and military history. But I don't know. I just enjoy it a lot, and I enjoy knowing. I enjoy learning these things. Yeah, Windigoon! I know who that is! Yeah! I actually, I credited him in my FNAF video that I made, because his video was a huge thing for me. His videos are great. Highly recommend. I've been investigating cultural disharmony for almost 2 decades now. We will leave it at that. Yeah. The world it's such a weird place. I would say magical, but when I think of a magical place, I'm thinking like actual magic and fairies and shit, which is not life. Let's be real. Life has very little magic in it. But it has good things. Hi, Aiden. You missed all the sad stuff. Sort of. It's still kind of sad right now, but not as bad. I'm not on the verge of crying, so that's good. I'm debating what I want to do. I honestly, guys, I don't think I've ever been so open with anybody, even like close best friends, when I would tell them, like, I don't know. So when I had, okay, a little too much information, but I was a crazy ex. I am a crazy ex still. Psycho crazy ex, maybe. And I would tell my friends about things that he had done during our relationship. Like, for instance, I was sitting beside him one day and I looked over on his phone and I saw him texting another chick saying they were like as beautiful as a diamond or something. I lost my shit. I threw my phone at his face, I swear. It bounced off his face, which was hilarious. But it's like, I've never spoken about how I feel. Like, really feel. You let him live. Well, I wouldn't say he's living right now, but he's alive. Probably wishing he wasn't, though. We don't need to get into that. Although, I could tell you. See, I hate this dude. I hate him with a passion. But I also still love him, and I always will. And that's why I have this crazy Psycho X title. If you ask certain people, they will say I'm insane. You know what? They're right. The things I had done, they were insane. Should I have done half of them? No. Do I understand now? Yes. Do I wish I could apologize? Hell yeah. But I still wouldn't change anything. There's not, like, as much as I kind of want to hear the other crazy stuff, to be honest. Okay, so let's see. I think the worst part is that I dated this dude from like 13 to 16. So we're at a young age, you know. You don't know what love is. I was supposed to move into his house because my parents could not find a place that would fit all of us. And his parents were okay with it because I basically lived there anyways. Not saying that he had to stay home with me, but a lot of the times he would go out and go drink with his friends or whatever, and I wouldn't be invited. Like, I probably would have said, no, I don't want to go, but I was never even asked if I would want to go. And I often had to deal with the aftermath of, you know, he came home drunk a lot and I had to help hide it from his mother. I didn't have to. I was just like, I can't. Fucking yes. But so he and I were on a break. And he was with another chick. I hate this chick with passion, okay? She's such a bitch. Because what happened is, his brother walked in on them with her under the sheets. And he told her boyfriend. And I was the one that got shit on for it, because they thought it was me. They thought I did it. And I was like, I didn't say shit. And they're like, of course you did, blah, 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 you fucking crazy. Why? I'm like, I'm not even home. Different wavelength, yeah. But I honestly was so obsessed with this kid that I still wanted to make it work. Even after that. It's because we're not there yet. So, I had a friend. She's still my friend. Still one of my close friends. She and I were not really close at this time. We were just starting to get to know each other. I had told her things that had happened with him. They went and got together, and they dated for a couple years. And throughout that time, things happened. Like, I would often still say that I loved him because I did. And I still really wanted to try and make things work. Gotta get going at the airport. I'm here for you, bud. Have fun, Aiden. Yeah. But I wanted to make it work so bad. And I kept interfering with their relationship. If you ask me what I had done or what I had said, I can't tell you. I can't remember. It's the next part, the next girlfriend he was with, that this real psycho part comes in. And a lot of people are I'm gonna look real bad. But this new bitch comes to school, and I'm gonna change her name. We'll call her Tiffany. The first thing I ever heard about her was Tiffany spit in so-and-so's drink at this party. I was like, what? They're like, yeah, this chick, Tiffany, showed up, went up to so-and-so and spit in his drink or whatever. And I'm like, that's weird. Like, why the fuck would you do that? This chick. She is my nemesis. Like, honestly, this sounds so bad, but if you were ever given the chance to kill one person, she'd be that person. I don't care. I can't. I tried so hard to be friends with her. Like, she was friends with one of my best friends, and this was my leap year, so I was grade 13. I'd hang out with them all the time. I would go into their class when it wasn't even my class. It was art class, and Miss M loved me, so she let me chill in there. But I would go and like, I was starting to open myself up to Tiffany. And him and his other girlfriend had broken up. And I saw something. I saw someone's Snapchat. I think it was our mutual friend's Snapchat. It was a picture of Tiffany and my ex. And I was like, what? Like, that's weird. And kind of upsetting, like, okay. And we had the conversation. She was like, I just really like him. Sorry, it just kind of happened, blah, blah, blah. Like, you're not together, it shouldn't matter. And I'm like, I know it shouldn't matter. It shouldn't. But it still pisses me off. And so, throughout their entire relationship, people would say things. I don't know if I should share this part or not. But this is kind of like a key thing to the story. There was a situation that had occurred between me and him. Nobody knew about. And I decided to have told his girlfriend. I was like, this happened. Like, whatever, so you know. And she was like, yeah, okay. Like, obviously didn't believe me. But it was bad because it spread so fast. I was so upset about the situation. It was like, I lost a part of myself because of this, and I don't think I'll ever be the same. It was traumatizing, that's for sure. But I had opened up and told her because I I don't know, I was trying to warn her, I guess. And it got flipped on me. They were like, she's a liar, blah, blah, blah. Because anytime this topic comes up, if you go and ask the person, they're gonna lie to your face. And that's what happened. And it made it so awkward because we were stuck in the same art class, so I had to see his face all the time. But moving along. So much shit happened, I don't even fucking remember half of it. But I remember being in my apartment one day and I was like, I had her on Snapchat, we were cool, we were trying to like be friends, we were trying to be okay, you know? She had said something to me and I took it as an insult because I said something about not wanting to wash a spoon or something. And she was like, if you don't want to wash a spoon, you can't wash a spoon. How are you going to live on your own? And I'm just kind of like, bitch, I am on my own right now. What the fuck is that supposed to mean? And I got mad because just the way she said it, it didn't sound like a joke. It sounded like an insult. So I was like, that insulted me. Like, I'm upset over that. Most of the reason that people think I'm crazy is because this bitch screenshot our fucking conversations and post them everywhere. But she would leave out half of the conversation. So it'd be like what I said, but nobody would see what she said to make me say it. No, trust me, it wasn't a joke, right? It wasn't, and I know that. And I think that's why she got so defensive when I said it. And she was like, it's not a big deal. I was like, no, I fucking know. Anyways, cut her off again. I kept hearing things about her and my ex's relationship, blah, blah, blah. And then she got pregnant. And I don't remember. What I remember is that I believe she tried to follow me on Instagram. So I messaged her on Instagram saying, I don't think we should be friends. It makes me uncomfortable that you're with him. Like, I love him. I'm still gonna always love him. And, like, being friends with you is just too hard for me. And I don't think it's the best for either of us. She posted that all over. And was like, imagine still being in love with your ex after years. And I'm just like, really, bitch? Okay. And then this is where the downfall comes in. I said I wanted to push a pregnant lady down the stairs on my private story on Snapchat. I said I wanted to push her down the stairs. Should I have? No. Was I wrong for saying that? Of course. Would I have done it? No. I can't hurt a fucking fly. But my friend had screenshotted my story, sent it to her, Tiffany. Tiffany calls me bitching the fuck out, saying, I'm gonna show this to the cops, you're never gonna be a teacher, blah blah blah. I'm just kind of like, are we in high school again? I was like, I know for a fact only like 5 people could see that story. And I was like, I know, like, it shows you who screenshots things, and I was fucking destroyed when I realized who it was. Because we had like a mutual best friend, but she was my best friend first. Anyways, she screenshot it, blah blah blah. I'm just like, hey, whatever. Have a little meltdown because she started rumors again. And then something else came up. It was them breaking up after she had given birth. She found out he was cheating on her the entire relationship, the entire time she was pregnant. My dumbass made a private story again, so only certain people could see it again. And I was like, I'm such a bad person. Other people's misery brings me, like, joy. It was taken the wrong way. My friends went off on me because the way they read it was I was happy that this family had got torn apart, and I'm like, I never even thought of it like that. I'm just laughing at the fact there's so much miserable shit happening right now, because it was like they broke up, and she was always like, he would never do that to me, and I'm like, huh, fuck, sucks, doesn't it? And then my sister and her fiance broke up, and then my brother and his like lifetime partner broke up, and I was like, everything is so shit right now. So I had to laugh at it. Okay, should I have said that? No, I get it, but the way everybody took it was not how I meant at all. And so again, she calls me and she's like, what the fuck, blah blah blah, and I'm like, how are you even like getting my number? Like, I keep blocking you, how the fuck? I'm assuming she's just using other people's phone. But I lost a few friends because of that incident of me posting those stories. I've reached out and I have tried to explain that I didn't mean it like that. I didn't see it the way that they see it. And I obviously wouldn't hurt a fly. I was hurt, you know, like, I was just trying, I don't know, to be funny too. But I ended up, my one friend I was super close with, I tried to talk to her and she told me she was still mad at me, and I was like, okay, that's understandable, like, I'll give you some more space or whatnot. And it's been like a fucking year, and I've been Snapchatting her. She still has me on Snapchat, so I finally deleted her because I kept getting so broken that she wasn't opening any of these stories. Like, she wasn't opening anything I was sending to her, even if it was like her posting a story and me being like, you're doing so great, I'm so proud of you, or whatever. She just, I don't think it was necessarily like personal. I think what it was is she was mad at me and she needed some space. But I think during that time she found a replacement, basically. Yeah. And then nothing really happened until my other best friend, I don't know if they're friends anymore, but my best friend, we'll call her Sam, became best friends with Tiffany again. These two are like the most toxic thing you could ever think of. They are at each other's throats when they're not best friends, and when they're best friends, they're like, oh my god, inseparable. And I'm like, this bitch has done so much to you, how can you be her friend? She's like, oh, he's not that bad, blah blah blah. She went and started calling like my ex and Tiffany's kid her niece, and I'm just like, she kept like posting stories with them together, and I felt so sad. Like, it made me so uncomfortable, and it made me mad because I was like, I shouldn't feel this upset over her being friends with somebody just because I don't like them. But the reason why I got so upset is because any fucking time Tiffany became friends with anyone that I was friends with, I lost that person because she started shit. I'm gonna be honest, I'm so invested in this. Motives and thoughts, yeah. But yeah, she made a TikTok with her, and she was like, they started being friends in like 2016 or something, and then like weren't friends, and then were friends. Like, they were on and off again, worse than you could probably think. Like, they were like a fucking couple that were on and off every other month. I was like, oh my god, like, how can you be friends with somebody who treats you so badly and says so much shit behind your back, and then you guys like act like it never happened? Like, how do you do that? How can she was, oh. I also think people are often my safe object, you know? I will cling to them. And when my best friends get other friends, it hurts. And it shouldn't. Narcissism is how true. Unfortunately true. But yeah, so she was posting stories with Tiffany all the time. Now I don't see anything with her and Tiffany, and I don't want to ask because I don't need to know. But I do kind of want to be like, so what happened with you and Tiffany? Are you guys still friends? Like, tell me what's up with it. I want to know. Did something happen? Is there tea? Can you tell me? I don't know. I wish her all the best, even though I want. Half of me honestly would wipe her out in a second. The other half honestly wishes the best for her. Her and her kid have the best life, you know? I hope they work shit out or whatever. I don't even know if he sees the kid. But essentially I was a crazy psycho ex simply because most of the time it wasn't even me, it was someone else saying something. Like, they'd be like, oh, Grace said this. Like, I remember, okay, I don't know why the fuck this happened, but someone came up to me and was like, someone said that you said you're pregnant with Travis's kid, or whatever his name was. I'm like, excuse me? When the fuck did I say that? It was like almost a year since we had been together at that point, and I'm like, huh? So then that started a whole whack of shit. Because apparently I said it, and I was like, okay, good to know. I wrote him a letter. I wrote him a letter and I gave it to his mom at graduation because I loved his mom loved me. She's such a sweetheart. I wrote her a note too, thanking her for like everything she had done. Saying she'd always kind of be a part of my family because I love her. In the message that I sent him, or I wrote, I don't know if he ever opened it, I don't know if he ever read it, you know? He could have threw it out. But in it, I had apologized for putting them through so much shit. I was like, I don't even... Like, I reacted so badly. And I kept trying to talk to him and, like, make things work. But he was with the girl. And... his friends were great. They all loved me. They felt bad. I remember I was crying in the hallway once because of something he had done, and one of his friends came over and they're like, are you okay? And I'm like, no, he did this, blah, 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 blah. And they're like, wow. They were disappointed in him kind of thing. And they just kind of sat with me for a while. I've written a couple of apology emails, messages to people. It's rough when they don't reply. Oh yeah, it is. It's very rough. Most of the time, things will never go back to what you wanted them to be, and they will never go back to what they were. But I still want to try. Like, this friend that I haven't talked to in, like, 2 years almost. I want to reach out to her so badly. But anytime I request to follow her on Instagram or whatever, she deletes it, because you can tell when you go into someone's profile and you hit the follow, it'll say request, and if they deny it, it'll show the follow again, you know? So yeah. So I decided I'm not gonna bother. If they wake up one day and realize they were in the wrong, even a little bit, and they want to talk it out, I will be happy to. And I will gladly apologize again. Because yes, I behaved poorly. Yes, I did try to steal your boyfriend. Did I start half of those rumors? No. Did I know half of those rumors were going around? No. One thing that I'm going to share with you guys that nobody knows. Nobody knows except for me and him. When I had my suicide attempt and I was in the ICU, I was asked if I wanted to call anybody. I asked if he would come. I was like, I don't think he'll show up, but ask. What do you think happened? Well, everybody pulling close, yeah. He showed up. He did. He showed up. I don't know if he knew what the situation actually was. I don't know if his mother dragged him there. But he showed up. He showed up. He sat in a chair next to my bed with me, probably for a while. His mom was just like, okay, I'm gonna leave you two to talk, bye. And I was like, oh, awkward. I don't remember anything from this conversation except for one thing. The only thing I remember is his face looking at me and being like, you're better than this. And I was like, anytime I think back to that, I'm like, you're right, I was. It wasn't like a meaningful conversation or anything. And I asked him, like, at this time, he was still dating a chick, and I was like, does so-and-so know you're here? And he's like, no. I'm like, oh, okay, that's not good. And I was basically like, oh god, like, that's not good. And he was like, I don't fucking care what she thinks. And I was like, it's like, deep down, I think he will always care for me too. Because, like, you know, your first love, they typically stick with you. Even if you don't love them anymore, you know, it's just, I don't know. If you've had a first love and you're with somebody you understand, you find someone you love more than them, essentially. And I did. I'm lucky. I've been with him 6 years? 6 years. Last month. It's insane. And the guy I'm with, he deserves an award for all the shit he has put up with. He has changed so much, and I'm so proud of him. When I first met him, he was high as fuck on drugs. And he had a girlfriend. And he was hanging out with my friends, and I don't remember what happened, but I was devastated. And I went to hang out with them. This poor kid, he's fucked out of his mind. On the couch in a fucking fuzzy blanket, calls his girlfriend, and he's just like, I love you. I love you. And I can hear her on the other side just being like, yeah, okay, yeah, sure you do. And I'm like, my heart. He's like, this boy's confessing his love to you. You're supposed to be his girlfriend, what do you mean? They didn't last long. Mostly my fault, I think. Not really. But I came in at the wrong time because it was like a month, not even after they stopped dating. We started hanging out and dating. We hung out for a couple weeks before we started dating, and people started rumors saying that he cheated on her with me, and I was like, no. Y'all weren't together. Y'all weren't together when we started hanging out and shit. First loves, they do tend to sting. I don't think I know anybody who's ever had like a good first love that like didn't break them in some way, shape, or form. People really love to start shit. They really do. They really do. Especially in my hometown. My hometown was like the kind of hometown where it's like all you could do is start drama and go drink and get high. That was your teenage options. Speaking of which, I'm gonna tell you a story. This is totally hot topic and totally not really mental health related or the boyfriend. Actually, he was here. He was my boyfriend for this situation. So when I was dating him, I'm just gonna keep calling him Travis because I accidentally said that earlier. We went to a party with one of his friends. Well, his friend was like, he had like 6 brothers or something, so he had a big family. And they had this special spot in the woods that they would have a fire going and they'd have a big party around. And people from like, goddamn, I don't even know how old was I, maybe like 15, 14 at the time. I was very underage, okay? I'm not promoting it. But there was young kids up to like 20-something year olds because my sister, who's 4 years older than me, her boyfriend and their best friend also came to the party with us. We all went together. I remember I don't know where my boyfriend was at the time, but I was standing, it was cold, so I was like near the fire. This fucking bitch, well, he wasn't a bitch, he was just really fucked up, almost body checked me into the fucking fire. And after that I was like, no, I'm done with this, we're going home. And so we left. The second we got home, my friend called me and they're like, yo, good thing you left because the cops showed up. And I'm like, ah ha ha ha. Perfect timing. Itchy. I miss his family. They were so nice. I've recently wanted to reach out to him and his mom. But I mean, I'm blocked on everything for him, and it should probably stay that way. Probably best for him. But I reached out to his brother because I found out that their sister, I loved her so much, she would like give me her hand-me-downs and stuff. We weren't on good terms, and she passed away from cancer. I was still so heartbroken because she was such an amazing person, and even though she probably hated me when she died, I'm gonna miss that. Like, she was a ray of sunshine. She was fucking fireball. She was feisty. She would not put up with shit, and anytime anything happened between me and my boyfriend, half the time I'd tell her and she would bitch the fuck out of him, and I was like, yeah. She was like a sister to me too. And it was really hard to find out of her passing. I thought she had beat cancer, but it turned out that it came back, so she ended up passing away in her sleep in their home one day. And I was like, oh my god, like, I feel so bad for their mom. That was her. Like, Travis's family was made up of him, his 2 brothers, and he had a sister. But then they had another sister who died like 2 weeks after she was born. I saw her grave. They took me to see it, and I went to church with them. I went to family things, and I felt honored that they brought me to this place to see this grave. But their mom just lost her only daughter again. And I'm just like, wow, that would suck. And it's like, you never want to prepare for that. But I can't imagine what they went through. Or going through, because, like, I'm not a mom, not a parent in any way, shape, or form. Maybe spiritually. Like, to certain people, I'm like, oh, you're my kid. Like, I treat you like a daughter, blah, blah, blah. They're not actually my kids. But I don't know what that would be like. And I'm just like, wow, I just can't. Ran past when we were 13. It sucked. Man, it's Bailey. Yeah. Very nice parents, too. The parents normally are nice. He had an amazing stepdad. His dad scared me. I did not have a good relationship with his dad. But his dad is? No, I'll go with was, because I don't know anything about their lives now, but he was... he didn't, like, abuse them or anything physically. But, like, verbally, he was so aggressive and, like, scary and drunk, and I was just like, I don't like your dad. Angles share some light, and the ones with the wings still on come and go as they please. That's the way I feel about it. How have you guys sat with me for so long talking? Oh my god. Not that I'm complaining. I'm really enjoying it. And if this is something you guys are okay with, then I will probably stream Let's Chatting a lot. There's so many days where I don't want to play, but I do want to stream for you guys, and I do want to, like, I want to interact and spend time with you, but I don't want to play. And I know, like, watching someone talk isn't the most entertaining thing ever. But I also know that I love when some of my favorite streamers, as in Kayla Flower and Nbird, when they do just chatting, I love it. Like, I don't care if they're not playing, I fucking love it. I am there for them and their energy. Whatever they want to do, I'm here for. Just chatting is still a fun, nice way to engage with people. It is. I feel like this is probably the most interaction I've had with people in a while. Besides, like, D&D, but... I don't really know if you want to count those. By the way, we have D&D tomorrow. Which will... I say it starts around 2 p.m. Atlantic time. But it's probably gonna be like 3. It's normally around 3. We try and meet for 2. Half the time, one of us is always late, so we meet, yeah. And then... You play D&D too? I do! I am a... See, I designed my character to be badass. The dice don't agree with me. The dice hate me so much. My character ended up being... She's so stupid. Oh my god. We love her though. I made a VTuber for her, so you guys can see that tomorrow if you show up. Not that you have to. The VODs will be up. And not that you have to come to my channel. You can go to Fab's or Rachel's. I don't think Joey will stream it. I don't think Minnie will. Mango doesn't stream. I don't think Badger will stream it either. There's about 6 of us and then the Dungeon Master. think I'm gonna hit the hay. Hope y'all have a good one. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. I appreciate you for coming to say hi and spending time with me. Like, I don't think you guys understand how much it means to me right now. I could cry because of happiness. And like, it feels like people are listening. Like, I don't know. I miss spending time with like actual friends, and this is good. You stream it too? Yes. I will be streaming it tomorrow. Hopefully my internet lets me. Last week it kind of shit the bed, and yeah. That moment I caught Freddy Jr. playing Star Wars. But Mango, I believe he's going to start streaming on his other account that he made. I don't remember what it's called. I need to mod you in Little Ray's channel. I love that for you. I could sit here and talk with you guys for hours, but I'm not sure if that's what you want. Egghead. My hair, oh my fucking god, hold up. I love doing split hair, but I hate it so much. Where is it? The blue mixes with the pink all the time. Oh fuck, I can't. It's fine. No one cares. I'm thinking of doing something different soon. I don't know what. I think we're still just vibing. Well, that's good. Someone's in my house dying upstairs. That's the name of his channel. Ooh, I have to head over to Rin stream soon because mod duties. I wanted to come and chat because I knew it was important. Thank you, Hecate. I appreciate you coming in, and I understand. You gotta go do your duties. I've been sitting here a while. I need to get up and move around. That's a good idea. Was it a TikTok? Or a video on YouTube telling me how to do something. But it was like, if you're streaming for hours, you should at least like get up and move. Or once every hour, once every like hour and a half. Do I do that? Nope. But I do that outside of stream too. I have to fix that. I have to fix that command. Ow, my freaking elbow. By the way, guys, I'm a Razer affiliate now. In case you didn't see. I love you too, Hecate. Have a wonderful night. So that linky there will bring you to the Razer store. That is my affiliate link. If you use it, then yay. If you don't use it, that's fine too. Hey yo, Girl Scout, if you want to join the Discord, click here. What's up, Girl Scouts? I would start my like streams and everything saying that, but I don't want to offend somebody one day just because it's like, I'm not a girl, you know what I mean. Some people are very, very sensitive. I don't want to offend anybody. I never try to. Although if I am trying, I'm sure you'll know. I want McDonald's. but they're closed. How are you guys all doing? You could just say scouts. Yeah, but it doesn't sound as cool. I don't know. What's up, Girl Scouts? Just rolls off the tongue. Although, y'all are sloths here. We're the sloth family. Candy shop, whichever. Candy shop in general. Subs, sloth family. I'm debating what I want to do. If I was to rate out, what would you guys want to see? Wi-Fi is live right now, playing Dead by Daylight. I might send you to him. I would sit here and talk for hours, but I know that I'm gonna die in the morning before D&D. And yeah, so I gotta stay up. I gotta go to bed soon. That's what I meant. Goddamn. It's gonna suck. I'm just here for the ride. Demonic Destroyer, that is amazing. I appreciate you. I'm just vibing with y'all right now, I'm sorry. I feel so much better though. So thank you guys for letting me rant. About my story. Demonic Destroyer, thank you so much for using your Prime. Make sure you guys are using those so they don't go to waste. I have to use mine in a couple days, I think. Welcome to the Slot family. Okay. I'll send you to Rye. Rye has 47 viewers right now. He's a bigger streamer. But he's a wonderful dude. He does magic. Not really. He does card tricks and I fucking love it. But I'll be live again tomorrow for D&D and probably again after D&D finishes for like, I don't know, Dead by Daylight or Fall Guys. Whatever I feel like. But as always, thank you guys so much for coming. Make sure you get yourselves water. Have yourselves a snacky snack. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Also, say hi to Rye for me.